Hello everyone and welcome to Base Watches. As watch enthusiasts, you frequently see timepieces that not only deliver precision but also emanate an air of adventure. Dive watches are the epitome of that spirit, including unidirectional rotating bezels, screw-down crowns, and water resistance to survive the depths of the sea while retaining precise timekeeping. For those who don't mind spending money on luxury timepieces, here are 5 of the greatest dive watches to buy. Bulova kicks off the reissued Devil Diver collection with a limited edition of 666 pieces and a 41mm orange version featuring the Swiss Sellita movement. This version was followed up with several less expensive colors, including the version we have today. The movements have been downgraded to the Miyota 8 series, while the cases have been enlarged to 44mm. Although I would have preferred this version to follow the smaller case format, at 44mm wide it feels smaller than you'd think. The bezel is set well within the edge of the case and the lugs are very compact. Therefore, it will not burden smaller wrists. Plus, it has a lot of personality. If you're looking for the fun of Doxa or Synchron Military but don't want to spend 4 figures, this Bulova game is a good alternative. The case shape is very similar and uses quite a few of its unique touches. Besides the colors, one of the main attractions of Devil Diver is the implemented 3D indicators. They sit on metal stands, add depth to the disc, and make viewing from an angle enjoyable. Despite being an entry-level movement, the Miyota 821D in the non-Li Devil Divers category looks decent. The lack of hacking and a slower stroke rate is what you'd probably get in a vintage diver, plus it helps keep the overall cost low. It offers manual winding and speed dating. The Bulova Devil Diver Oceanographer is a compelling alternative to similarly priced Seikos. The 2019 reissue is called the Sub200, which, as is often the case with Doxa nomenclature, tells you it has a water resistance rating of 200 meters. It measures 42mm across, but its lug-to-lug of only 46mm means it is a lot smaller. The thickness of 13.8mm is not as bad as it sounds. Much of it is down to the box-type sapphire crystal in the protruding case back, which nestles into the wrist. I would say this wears like a rather elegant 40mm diver. This is one of those watches that is quite poorly represented by its cold numbers. My Sub200 is powered by an ETA 2824 automatic movement. I assume Doxa has now switched to a drop-in equivalent, like a Sellita Southwest 200. The specs list a Swiss 4 Hz caliber with a 38-hour power reserve. We have a date at 3 o'clock, executed in white to match the white loom of the indices. The Sub200 is fitted with a sapphire bezel inlay with markings matched to the dial color. It is indeed lumped but extremely faintly. You can have your pick from 7 colors for the dial, which is executed in a nicely textured matte finish. Mine is very obviously yellow, which Doxa refers to as Dating Star. The watch comes on either a very supple beads of rice bracelet or a color-matching FKM rubber strap. The bracelet is another big plus for me. The beads of rice look suits the style of the watch so well. It is also easily one of the most comfortable bracelets I have ever worn. In conclusion, the Doxa Sub200 is a classic dive watch that combines a distinctive design with functionality and reliability. The Casio Duro, meaning hard or tough in Spanish and Italian, is an icon of the watch world for a reason. Hands down, it offers the best technical specs for a $50 dive watch. Quite simply, there's nothing like it at its price, a true dive watch with 200 meters water resistance and a screw-down crown from the highly regarded Japanese manufacturer Casio. The Duro has a die-hard following and happens to be the watch of choice for a rather famous tech billionaire, which is a testament to its almost universal appeal. On the surface, it's a typical 3-hand quartz diver with a date complication, but when it catches the light, Duro's iridescence shines. It is much better looking and captivating in person. At 44mm across, the Duro is not exactly small, although its average lug-to-lug length of 49mm means that the watch should fit across most wrists comfortably. It is versatile and suitable for all situations, whether you're in the water, getting mucky on a hike, sweaty on a run, or even at the office. A big component of what makes the Duro so adaptable is its standard 22mm lug width, which makes changing out the rudimentary resin strap a breeze. If a brand names one of its products Legend, you better hope said product can back up that lofty moniker. And for the past 16 years that has been the case for the Longines Legend Diver. Debuting in 2007 as a modernized version of the Super Compressor dive watches the brand produced from the late 1950 through the early 70s, the Legend Diver has arguably been Longines' flagship offering for the past decade and a half. But as beloved as the vintage-style diver was, the Legend Diver still had its foibles. Enthusiasts complained about the lack of a true bracelet option, the too large, 42mm, and too small, 36mm, case sizes, the practically non-existent loom, and the near impossibility of tracking down a rare no-date reference. Well, today Longines has launched a brand new generation of the Legend Diver that, at least on paper, will appear to address everyone's issues with the prior version. Longines has been listening to its customers. The completely revamped Legend Diver has a more versatile case size at 39mm, far better loom, a COSC-certified movement, a more modern design, and a true stainless steel bracelet option for the first time. Fitted end links and safety clasp included. The dial even eschews the date, something fans of the watch have been clamoring for. Overall, I love the new Legend Diver and think it will be a massive hit for Longines. You don't see the Legend losing its status as Longines' de facto flagship anytime soon. I think it's still the best retro dive watch on the market for the money. The Halios Fairwind is a highly regarded dive watch known for its sleek and functional design. Halios is an independent Canadian watch brand that has gained a reputation for producing well-crafted timepieces, and the Fairwind is a prime example of its commitment to quality. And now, on to the watch. This is an aggressive case. At 38mm, it's not large, the size is near perfect for my wrist. Rather, the aggression comes from the angularity of the lugs, both in their transition from the case and their edge finishing. In a word, the whole case could be described as sharp, and if I had a second word, I'd go with precise. The surfaces are flat, even at the chamfers, giving an oregano-like quality to the geometry. This Fairwind is equipped with the bathyal blue dial and sapphire dive bezel. I'm no diver, but in my experience, dive bezels usually have the first 15 minutes marked off and only turn in one direction, neither of which are present here. A bidirectional suits my needs just fine, however, and while some minute hashes would likely be useful from time to time, I'll take the slight inconvenience in favor of the cleaner aesthetic. The Fairwind is offered on a 3-link brushed steel bracelet, and like the case, it's a study in clean, angular design. Each link is chamfered at its end, creating mobility between the sections and catching a lot of light in the process. As an admittedly biased reviewer, I feel that Fairwind does a top job of living up to the lofty reputation that Halios has created for itself.